morning. Oh, puppies. Let's see where they are today. What's going on down there? Hello, hello, hello. Is Satan in our change bottle? Now, what I want to know is that Jingle? Is Jingles trying to stop him or help him? Surely he wouldn't be trying to steal out our bottle. You were just in that bottle yesterday trying to get some change for the shop.
Yeah.
Bet that's how he found out about it. What you got?
Chocolate and...
Oh, Santa! A floppy leg Santa! Are you putting them in your room or are you leaving them out here?
Leaving there.
Cool. He's really cute. I like him. What was the other thing?
Chocolate.
Chocolate. Ooh, chocolate elves. Fab. Just spotted magic.
Easy though.
Who's got the clue today? Do you want to read it?
He's on his way back for the festive season, but the motorway is gridlocked, so the song helps him pass the time.
Oh, do you know what that is?
No.
No? It's a tough one. I will read it to you again later on, everybody.
Yeah.
I think we better gently lift them up before a certain puppy decides they're toys. Surely not. I think we're going to have to get a message back to the North Pole elves about Satan, because this isn't good enough. He's actually taking some of the money out.
Yeah.
Maybe he was putting it in. You never know. Maybe he was trying to replace the money that you took out yesterday. Might have been a nice elf. We're maybe misunderstanding him. Just because of his name that you gave him. Should never judge. Somebody should tell Santa that, eh? It's rude to judge. This whole naughty and nice list. Very wrong nowadays. Not very PC. What you got this morning? Hey, on the hooks! Ooh. 19 days to go, 19 days till Santa. Sing it.
No.
Oh, we keep forgetting to do the countdowns. Yay! Nearly forgot about our advent calendar. Oh, did one just fall out?
Yeah.
Open today's and see if there's anything in it, and if not, just use that one that fell out.
Get the one then. 2!
What was in it?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh! Quick, open up. You can't eat 2!
Uh-huh.
You're such a rebel. You're not having one of the truffles for breakfast.
2.
2 of the truffles for breakfast. Oh my goodness, it must be Christmas. I take it you like them then.
Yes.
Let us see. You're shocking. So good morning everyone and welcome to Vlogmas Day 7. Today is Monday, so it's going to be Movie Monday. We are going to chat about the movies that we spoke about last week. But before I get into that, I thought I would just give you a quick update on what's happening with Brooke. If you saw yesterday's Vlogmas, we found out late on in the day that Brooke had been in very close contact with someone who's now tested positive for COVID. And I wasn't sure whether to keep her off school or not, so I kept her off and I phoned the school this morning. And they said we did the right thing and what we need to do now is get her a PCR test. She needs to have a negative PCR test before she can go back to school. So I have booked that for later on today between 5 and 5:30 because I don't want to leave the dogs alone in the house with the Christmas tree. So Abby's at work, so I'm going to wait until Jack comes home from work and then I'll take Brooke in to get her PCR test, and as soon as that comes back, I'm sure it'll be negative. She's not got any symptoms or anything. If that comes back negative tomorrow, she's free to go back to school. So we'll keep everything crossed that that is the case. So that is where we are at with Brooke. Now, let's have a chat about our movies. So, Movie Monday, I don't know about you, but I'm thinking about making this a more permanent thing, even after Vlogmas. And I know that one of my other viewers, Sandra, said exactly the same thing. She's liking the fact that she's getting a suggestion for movies to watch, and she reckons that if we carry it on after Vlogmas and maybe do a different genre every week or every second week, that then it might encourage people to watch movies or genres of movies that they wouldn't otherwise watch. And I was thinking that was quite a good idea as well, because a lot of you have got involved with giving me movie suggestions. So let me know what you think of that idea. Do you think it's something that we should keep going during, even after Vlogmas? Especially during January, when everybody's a bit fed up and nobody's got money to go out, and you know, it might give us something to look forward to, having a wee movie to talk about every week. It's up to you. Let me know what you think. So this week's movies that were suggested by the elves were A Boy Called Christmas and Nutcracker and the Four Realms. I'm pleased to say that I did get a chance to watch both of them over the weekend, and I really enjoyed both of them, but in different ways. So first of all, I'll talk about A Boy Called Christmas. I don't want to bore you, because I know some of you wouldn't have had the chance to watch them, and if not, please don't worry about it. It's only for a bit of fun, and even if you've not watched it, you might still be interested to hear what I thought about it and to look in the comments to see what everybody else thought about it as well, in case you want to watch it at some point in the future. Now, a few people did raise the point that it was on, A Boy Called Christmas was on Sky, or we watched it on Now TV, rather than Netflix. And I have to say, I was surprised at that, because when I first heard it was coming out this year, I was told it was a Netflix special. And when I started watching it, it did come up as a Netflix production at the beginning. So I'm a bit confused as to why it's on Sky and not Netflix. Whether or not they're trying to make money out of it by selling it to Sky first and then it'll go on Netflix, I'm not sure. But if you haven't been able to watch it because it was on Sky or Now TV, but you have got Netflix, watch this space, because hopefully it will become available on Netflix. Anyway, let's get into the actual film. Now, Brooke and I listened to the book about 2 years ago now. It's based on a book by Matt Haig, and we loved the book. It kept us entranced from the very first chapter, because the descriptive words used and the way it was written really felt so magical, and you really felt so much for the wee boy right at the beginning, because he was going through such a hard time. Now, I don't want to give any spoilers of the movie, that's the only thing. But the way that the film was made was very different, because rather, the book was just the story about the wee boy and his adventure. However, the movie was about a family's grandmother telling them the story of the wee boy, if you like. So it was actually very well done, the way that they did it, because they had the gran telling the kids the bedtime story at Christmas, and it's sort of very, the editing was great, and it flowed really smoothly from their bedroom to the scene in, is it Finland it was based? I can't remember. Anyway, and then back again. So it was so smooth that you hardly even realised that it was a story that was being told to someone. And it was really, really well done, I have to say. At one point, it was someone telling the story of someone telling the story of the story, but it was still really well done. That sounds really confusing. It's not. What I will say is that because of the way it was done, and because it's film rather than the book, it's visual rather than descriptive in words. So the vision of it, the visualization side of it was good, but I would say it made it a little bit slower to get into, and not boring. I didn't find it boring, and Brooke didn't find it boring, but I think it was because we knew what was coming and we knew to stick with it. Whereas Abby got bored about halfway through and she went to her room. She just was like, nah, not for me, and went to her room. But the actual magical side of it doesn't start until about halfway through the film, and then it really does kick in. And I would say probably about halfway through I'm thinking, this doesn't feel like a Christmas film, but it is a Christmas film, and it does get really Christmassy by the end. And like I say, I don't want to give any spoilers, but at the end it is so Christmas. It's basically telling you the story of how Santa came to be, and why and how all the presents get delivered on Christmas Eve. And that made it so worth it. So I would say, if you are finding it a little bit slow, I know Tracy the Mad Scots Lass found it a little bit slow and not magical enough for her, and I totally see where she's coming from. However, having listened to the book, I knew to stay with it. So if you do find it a bit slow, please bear with it and watch it to the end, because it makes it all worthwhile. It gives you all the Christmassy feels, all the magic. Oh, it's really worth it. Even Brooke at the end said, I really enjoyed that. And it's not like Brooke. Brooke will normally go, nah, that was okay. But she really enjoyed it. Jack enjoyed it as well, although he did fall asleep through it, but that was because he was tired, not because he was bored. I will also say it had a brilliant cast in it as well. It had, is she a dame? Maggie Smith was the grandmother telling the story, and the voice of Stephen Merchant in The Wee Mouse. The Wee Mouse, Mika, was my favourite character. He was brilliant, real, and Brooke's favourite character as well. And we did love the Truth Fairy as well. So yeah, definitely worth it. I would say, in terms of a score out of 10, I would give the actual story, having read it as or listened to it as a book, 10 out of 10. But I would give the movie about 8 out of 10, because it is a little bit slow to begin with. But I would definitely recommend watching it if you get a chance at any point. So that was A Boy Called Christmas. And the other one was Nutcracker, The Nutcracker in the Four Realms. Now that was, we watched that on Disney Plus. I don't know if it's available on any other channels. And I really wasn't fancying it. It was Jack that really wanted to watch it. I didn't fancy it. I don't know the story of the Nutcracker ballet. I'm not really into ballets and things like that, which is strange because I love theatre, I love dance, I love music, but ballets I find a wee bit boring. So I wasn't sure what to expect from it. And when it started, I thought, oh, it's really not for me. I'm not into period dramas either. I like things that are modern and up to date. I don't really like things like Downton Abbey and things like that were set, you know, whenever, way back when. I find my imagination finds it hard to, you know, go there. And I know it doesn't need to be imagination. I know it's based on real times, but my mind just finds it hard, and I usually get bored and switch off. And it's the same with like sci-fi type things, fantasy type things. I get bored and switch off. So when I realised it was a period thing, and that it was a fantasy type thing, I thought, oh, I'm really not going to enjoy this. Now, basically, the story is the wee girl whose mum has died, and she gets left a present, but the present that she gets needs a key to unlock it, and she desperately wants to unlock it because her mum's left her a note saying everything that you need is inside, so she wants to know what's inside. So she basically ends up going on this adventure to the Four Realms, which is where the fantasy side comes in, and the story is about her finding out how to get the key and what is inside it and all the adventures that she has on the way. So as I say, not really my type of thing, but I really did enjoy it. Again, there was a really good cast. I can't remember who it was, but there was quite a few people. I was like, oh, I know them. Oh, I know them. So yeah, a really good cast. Oh, talking about the cast of A Boy Called Christmas, the main wee boy, Nicholas, who is called Christmas, it was his acting debut. He's not been in any other films or anything before, and he is amazing. You would think that he'd been doing it all his life. He was fantastic in his role. So the acting in The Nutcracker in the Four Realms was also very good. The main wee girl, I didn't know her, but Brooke knew her from Twilight and lots of other things as well, but I'd never seen her before, but she was fantastic. All of the acting in both films was really good. And I would say that for someone who doesn't like fantasy or period dramas, I really, really enjoyed The Nutcracker in the Four Realms. My only criticism of it is, and I know I'm going to get shouted at by a lot of people here, I don't think it's a Christmas film. I said it, I'm sorry, but to me, a Christmas film is about Christmas. It's not just set at Christmas. Now, you might have seen in Saturday's Vlogmas, when the elves were at the sledging movies, that they agree with me that Die Hard, Gremlins and Lethal Weapon are not Christmas films just because they're set at Christmas. They're not about Christmas. I don't get it. Christmas movies are about the magic of Christmas. Home Alone, I'm a wee bit dubious about. I suppose that is a little bit about the magic of Christmas. And A Boy Called Christmas is definitely a Christmas movie when you see the end of it. But The Nutcracker in the Four Realms is based at Christmas, but to me, it's not about Christmas. So I wouldn't class that as a Christmas film. You're more than welcome to disagree with me. Jack disagrees with me. He still thinks Die Hard and Lethal Weapon and Gremlins are Christmas films, and I know a lot of you do as well. I would be really interested to hear what you think. Is a Christmas movie just set at Christmas and has Christmas songs in it? Or does a Christmas movie have to be about Christmas? Let me know what you think. I know a couple of people agreed when they saw that I had said in at the drive-through, sledging, movies, that Die Hard wasn't a Christmas film. A few of you did agree, so thank you for that. But yeah, so that was my opinion on both films. I would say out of 10, I would give The Nutcracker and the Four Realms, I would probably give that a 9 out of 10, to be honest, because it captured me right from the beginning. I am not a fantasy person, but it was still within my imagination and I really enjoyed it. I'm only knocking the point off because there wasn't enough about Christmas in it for me. Oh, and talking about the cast, you might know that I love Jack Whitehall. Me and Abby went to see him at the Hydro a couple of years ago, and I just think he's brilliant. He is in it. He's got not a huge role, but he is brilliant in it. So yeah, I really enjoyed that as well. It was a nice surprise. I didn't know he was in it. So yes, definitely another one that I would recommend watching if you get a chance. So that was our Movie Monday movie rundown. We now need to get other movies for next week. A lot of you have been involved, as I said earlier, in giving me some suggestions. So I've written all your suggestions down, and out of them all, I'm going to pick a couple for next week, and I'm going to keep the rest for, after that. So at the moment, I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 suggestions. And the two that I'm going to go for this week are Last Christmas, which we watched last year and really enjoyed. However, it's one of those movies that once you've seen it, you want to watch it again. Again, I'm not going to give any spoilers, but when you get to the end of it, you think, oh, I want to watch that again. And, just to see if it gives you a different perspective on it. And I haven't had a chance to watch it again. So I want to watch that. Now, Last Christmas, I believe, is on Netflix. I will check and I'll put it on the screen and let you know what channel it's on. And it has got all the songs of Wham! George Michael in it, which is why it's called Last Christmas. And I was a huge Wham! Fan when I was growing up. So that does help. Last Christmas is available on Netflix and it's also available to buy or rent on Amazon Prime. That was recommended by Kylie Tonkin, so thank you Kylie, and also Cheryl from Stevenson Gresh family. And I know, Cheryl, you said that Stephen wasn't very keen on it, but I have to say Jack really enjoyed it as well. So it's not just a girly film. Stephen's just got no taste, Cheryl. I mean, he supports Liverpool Football Club. Oh, I'm going to get shouted at for that. I'm only kidding. I've got nothing against Liverpool Football Club. And the other one that I'm going to suggest, now that's quite a newish film. I think it was just last year that it came out. So I wanted to have a newish film and an older film. And the older film that I'm going to go for this time is It's a Wonderful Life. And the reason for that is I have never seen it. Again, I'll probably get shouted at for that. I am 46 years old and never seen It's a Wonderful Life. My mum shouts at me every Christmas, you need to watch it, it's a brilliant film. But again, because I don't like older things, I kept thinking, oh, it won't be for me, I'll get bored. But the fact that everybody says I should watch it, and the fact that the lovely Cheryl from What's for Tea did suggest it, I thought I'm going to put it on this week's list so that I make sure that I watch it. Now again, I'm not sure what channel it's on. Hopefully it will be on one of the channels. I'll look for you and I'll let you know. It's a Wonderful Life is on Sky Cinema or Now TV, but it's also on IMDb, which is a free channel on Amazon Prime. But that is the two that I'm thinking of at the moment, Last Christmas and It's a Wonderful Life. So if you get a chance to watch them in time for next Monday's Monday movie, well, we call it Monday Movie Madness. In time for next week's Monday Movie Madness, please do. If you have watched the two films that I've just talked about today, please chat to me and everybody else in the comments below. Let's try and get a conversation going with everybody about these movies. Everybody who's seen it either this week or any time before. Please, let's try and get a conversation going about them. I know the lovely Sophie, who is Sophie Howie here on YouTube, has been chatting away to everybody, wishing them a Merry Vlogmas. And Sophie, I really appreciate that. You're definitely getting bonus points this year for making such an effort to talk to everybody. It's lovely. And thank you for everybody who's replying to her as well. Right, so I'm going to head off just now. I'm not going to end the vlog here. I'm going to just make this a sort of daily vlog as well. But this was the main thing that I wanted to do for today's vlog, is talk about these movies and set next week's movies. So I am going to, oh wait now, I haven't done the music quiz, have I? I know Brooke read it out to you earlier, but I want to read it again just in case you missed it. Now, it's a riddle again, and I know you're finding them tricky, but there's a prize up for grabs this time, so we couldn't make them too easy. The riddle is, can you figure out what song I am talking about? He's on his way back for the festive season, but the motorway is gridlocked, so this song helps to pass the time. I will hold it up to the screen because I know some of you said that you actually screenshotted it so that you could think about it throughout the day. So there we go. That is your clue for the Christmas song. So what Christmas song are we talking about? I just need the name of the song, please. You can give me the artist if you want, but it's just the name of the song that I'm looking for. Right, I'm going to, before I go, what am I like? Before I go, I want to show you my Christmas socks. My Christmas socks of the day. Look, the two of them make Santa's face. That's them separate, that's them together. How cute are they? I just think they are brilliant. I think maybe one of the girls got them in their stocking last year or their Christmas Eve box, but I found them when we were getting the Christmas tree down and I thought, I'm going to wash them and wear them, so haha, there they are. And I also want to say I'm so far behind in watching Vlogmas, so I apologise if I haven't watched and commented on your vlogs yet. I will do that. I'm hoping to catch up with them today. If you saw yesterday's vlog, you'll know how busy I've been the last couple of days. But today should be a little bit quieter, so hopefully I'll get a chance to catch up on your vlogs. And I was caught up on your comments last night, but there's a lot more that I need to catch up with. And today's vlog has already been uploaded, so I just need to finish editing the thumbnail and things and then get that set live at 10 o'clock for you, because yesterday's was so late and I apologise. Right, I'm going to head off and get all that done now and I'll catch up with you soon. Coffee time. I have decided, because I'm getting my taste back a bit, I'm going to try the Gingerbread Galaxy hot chocolate again. So let's give it a go and see if I can taste any more this time, because Granny Annie loved it, so I'm desperate to try it again. I can taste it this time. Granny's right, it is quite subtle, but I'm definitely getting the taste of it. Oh, I like that. I do like it. It's made it a wee bit watery for me, I think. I've made it according to the instructions on the pod, but I think I might do it one less bar, if you know how the Dolce Gusto works, next time and see if it's better. But oh, I'm giving that a 9 out of 10. And with it, I'm going to have my Galaxy. Oh, that was close. Saved it. my little chocolate Christmas pudding from Galaxy. This isn't sponsored by Galaxy or anything. Galaxy hot chocolate, Galaxy advent calendar. I just love Galaxy. We've had a bit of a magic accident. Did Hugo get hold of magic? Hugo, did you get hold of magic? That's not a very flattering angle. Who done that to magic? Oh, poor reindeer. He's lost an ear and a foot. Did you do that? Were you a bad boy? Yes. Did you eat magic? It won't make you magic. No, just makes you a bad boy. Don't bother getting possessive over him. I'm taking him off yet. No. Poor magic. It is 20 to 4. I've been a busy bee all day. I've been working away in my craft room. I've designed all the mugs that I need to design now, so I need to get them actually made tomorrow. I've started working on a couple of things that Granny Annie wanted me to do for her, so I've had lots of things to be doing and I've been very, very busy. And I have stopped that now because I'm making dinner. I'm going to have my dinner before we go to take Brooke for the PCR test, so that I'm not having to faff about with it when I come back. So I'm making burgers and sweet potato fries for Abby and myself because Jack's having his pasta. So I thought if I make it now, I can have mine and then Abby can just heat it up when she comes in. That is the plan. So yeah, it's been a busy week. It's been really, really quick actually, really quick. Brooke wasn't very keen having the lateral flow test done, and the ones that we got, I don't know if they're all the same, but the ones that we had, you don't swab your throat. It was both nostrils that you swabbed, whereas obviously the PCR test is your throat and a nostril, so I don't know how Brooke's going to get on with that, but she just has to do it. She just has to man up and do it, or women up, or whatever up and do it. So yeah, I just wanted to update you with what was going on, and I will catch up. Back from Helensburgh. The PCR test is done and that was fun. Brooke did not enjoy that at all, but it's done now, so we just need to wait up to 24 hours for the results and see what happens. So it'll be another day off school for her tomorrow. And there's Abby. Say hello, Abby. We picked Abby up at the station while we were there because she was just finishing her work, so it was good timing. And Abby's just eating up for dinner now. I am going to go and chill out with Jack for a couple of hours before bedtime. So I just wanted to end the vlog here. Don't forget to talk about the Christmas movies in the comments below. And remember, our movies for next week are Last Christmas and... I can't remember. The old one. I'll put it on the screen because my mind's went totally blank. Right, so yes, let me know your answer to today's clue for the music quiz, and hit the thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't already. Tune in tomorrow to find out what these naughty elves get up to after they were trying to steal money out of our jar today. I'm hoping they were trying to put it back in, but there's just no telling with that Satan. Right, thanks everybody, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!